What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some expectations for this upcoming week, what might cause some volatility in the stock price, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So as far as data points starting off, both from the States and China, there's not a lot coming out. So it's going to be more of a technical driven week. And in NIO's case, that is somewhat of a good thing. So I'm going to go over that in a second. But the only thing that I wanted to really bring up as well is this. So it looks like there is going to be a government shutdown in the States. So that could cause some buying coming from algorithmic trading. And the reason why I bring that up is majority of the volume associated to NIO is obviously done by algorithmic trading. And so again, that might cause and prompt some buying possibly, but I think as of Monday, especially in NIO's case, the market is going to be digesting NIO Day, and I feel like some people are somewhat mixed on it. So as far as new information, we do know that so the Firefly is going to be around 20,000, so 20,000 and change. So in reality, that's good information, but I feel like a lot of people were wanting more information, more details, and regrettably not a lot in posts from even on NIO. So a lot of just random pages, but nothing of substance as of yet. Of course, there could be more coming out in the next little bit, so possibly even out on Sunday. But in general, for face value, if there is no other context given, I feel like the market might actually not like NIO Day and see it as a negative. Again, that's just my own viewpoint. I know I'm already going to get hate just for saying that, but I just say it how it is, and based on everything. So if this is the only kind of information to really come out, then yeah, I think that was just more of an overhyped kind of thing. But then again, what do I know, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but it would be nice if they actually did upgrade their website a little bit just to incorporate some recent pictures. I know it just happened, but they need to really capitalize on this good momentum. And if they wanted to make a big statement about NIO Day, then yeah, you definitely need to kind of change up your website. A lot of other companies do that. I know Lucid, when they have big events, they kind of change their website, but NIO, regrettably, didn't really do all that much as far as that. And one thing that I actually did reach out to that Alfonso individual asking, because I know he was in China for that event, but I asked if he was going to be streaming it or what he was going to do. And he said, yeah, he was going to stream it. I asked what platform, whether it be Twitter or YouTube. He didn't really answer. So I kind of looked, there was no real information. So I don't know if they were allowed to stream or whatnot. But again, the market is going to be digesting everything and more. And you also have to factor in that NIO is very heavily scrutinized. Wall Street already doesn't like NIO. So you can't give them any ammunition. So again, that's just my viewpoint. I think shorts leading into this upcoming week, they were returning just in case there was going to be a very good catalyst. So we'll wait and see what does come. But on Friday, shorts did return 768,000 shares. Shorts returned from looks like December the 2nd, 15.63% to where it is now at 13.69. So they have been freeing up some room. So once again, leading into this upcoming week, if the market does not see NIO Day as a big success, anticipate shorts to start doubling down once again. That's just, again, my viewpoint. Cost per average 4.73%, utilization 91.77. And just going into looking at options, there is a good consensus for it to be above roughly around that 5 to 550 for this upcoming week. And then the bears, they're anticipating for it to be sub 450. So a little bit more upside is anticipated in my opinion. So that could really stand to benefit it for this upcoming week, which is going to be largely based on technicals, as I kind of mentioned. But with it at $4.54, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. 477 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, followed by $5.12. Flip side, 443 is going to be a key one to watch for. So it did bounce off of that on Friday. And then as well, $4.21. So kind of just take a mental note of all that. One thing before I go over the actual chart itself, you might see is new analyst ratings. Hopefully optimistic. Last one that did come out was $4.50. Ones prior to that was $7.50 and then $8.90. So hopefully because of NIO Day and because of this price, or maybe other information that might be coming out, you'll see more ratings coming out, hopefully $7 plus. So that could really show and signal that NIO is at a pretty substantial discount, prompt some buying. But until that happens, just Wall Street has not been buying NIO. Even on Friday, there was only one transaction. Regrettably, it was a sell for $218,000. So big money is just kind of taking a step back. But going into this upcoming week, though, looking on the actual chart itself, so Friday was able to successfully get above that ALMA. So definitely watch for 443. That was also one of the key fib levels for support. So watch for that to hold going into the next couple trading days, because if it does break below that, then yeah, the technicals might really continue to pull down. But if it is able to kind of stay above that ALMA, essentially you could see a breakout coming, because all of these three kind of points right here, so the 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages are pretty much around like, what's that, 8 cents all combined. So in theory, if NIO just has a nice push higher, then it could easily break above these resistance levels, and then this is where you can easily move higher. And plus, on a side note, if it does and is able to get above this point right here, that super trend of 523, then in theory you could see algorithmic trading finally working in a positive way for NIO, and that has been very few and far between. So most of the time, I'd say a good 90-something% of the time, algorithms have been against NIO up until, like, you can clearly see whenever it does spike higher, this is usually where algorithms are helping it move higher. So it does make a very, very big difference in the grand scheme of things. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. Do you think that NIO Day was a success? And aside from the price, what stood out to you? Was there any other information that maybe I have not brought up that you feel is relevant or substantial? But yeah, what's your take on all that? What do you think Wall Street is going to interpret NIO Day as? Do you think it's a good thing, bad thing? What's your overall viewpoint on all of that? And just generally, where do you see things going? Do you think it's going to break above that $5 range, or do you think it is going to break lower into kind of the fours? In my opinion, I think that, especially given the actual technicals, if it is able to hold this S1, then most likely you'll be able to see that $5 range. Might not be this exact week, but at least it'd be laying the foundation for it to really move higher, possibly even around this pivot point. But obviously anything is possible. Sometimes even with very good news, NIO still goes down. With bad news, NIO goes down. So it's a very, very difficult stock to predict, but like I said, I think it's just going to be what big money feels, technicals. Those are going to be some of the big moving points for this upcoming week. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. And one final thing I do want to share with you, pop over to my Patreon where I'm giving buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers. So pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.